Good morning, everybody. It's Julia. Been a little while, and look at my surroundings. Look at my attire. So today I'm at Winding Stair Gap parking lot. I'm waiting for a shuttle, and I am going to get shuttled about 5.9 miles from here to Wayah Gap, and I'm gonna hike. I think it's about 800 feet elevation up, and then I don't know 1700 down. That's why I chose to go southbound, so I was doing more down than up, and see how my feet do. So this is my test run, and we'll see how I feel at the end of the day. We'll see how I feel overnight. We'll kind of determine what I end up doing this year as far as my AT hike. So let's see how today goes, and I'm excited to take you along. Let's do this. So this is where I came out of the woods that painful day about 4 weeks ago. So I'm at Winding Stair Gap. It's where I got off, and I picked up the town shuttle right here and took it into Franklin and got a room until Joe came and got me. But if you're coming and you are heading northbound, that's the way you continue on the trail. You walk along the road there. So I'm here. The sounds of the water, that fresh air. I don't know. If you don't spend any time in the woods, that air, I can't even explain it. It was in the mid-30s this morning when I left. And, of course, once you start getting moving, as long as the sun's out and it's not raining. Sorry, I'm going a little slow because I'm walking over this right now. But, no, once you get moving, it's perfect hiking weather. But, the smells, the sounds, and I'm getting ready to cross this bridge right here and then head up in that direction on my way to back to Winding Stair, but I'm heading towards Siler Bald right now. Hello. I know I always start my videos bending over because I'm holding my trekking poles in between my legs while I get the phone set up. But so good morning. I have successfully placed my feet back on the dirt, and I am heading up to Siler Bald, to the top of that, and I'll give you the stats. I think I'm gonna probably eat my lunch up there. Right now it's clear. It's supposed to cloud up later today, so I'm hoping that it stays cleared up until I get to the top of the bald, because I read on Far Out that it's like one of the best views on the AT and worth the little side trail to get up there to the actual top. So we'll see. Right now, it's all about how my feet feel. I'm taking it slowly, and did some good stretching this morning and rolled myself up in CBD. My left heel's bothering me just a hair, so I don't know if I just need a little bit more stretch on that one. I've stopped a couple times and just did a quick stretch on that one. So I'm doing 5.9 miles today, and I'm heading southbound from Wayah Gap back to my car at Winding Stair Gap parking. And I'm taking it slow. So I'm taking it slow and kind of just feeling out anywhere that I feel any type of twang or pain, especially as I get warmed up. So when I get done with this, if I have any issues, or even if I don't, I still might head over to Outdoor 76 and just make sure I have the right inserts for my shoes, and or possibly not the right shoes. Just because you get the best doesn't mean they're the right ones for you. But that being said, I've worn these hiking shoes forever. So I came from down there. It's so green right here. Look at this. None of this kind of stuff was blooming. It's just a field. I don't know if these flower. I might have to end up getting that app that tells me what things were, but especially because I mean, I'm not camping, so I don't have to really worry about poison ivies unless I sit in a green field, but how pretty that is. I didn't have, the trees are still pretty. You know, you can still get your views, but man, down here, it's pretty. So I made it to the top of Siler Bald, and I'm gonna tell you, coming southbound, at the very beginning was some steepness, but that was an easy hike. I'm really glad I decided to do it that way on my test hike. But now, so this is the side trail. So basically I'm not on the AT right now. So you can see the little trail. When you get to the little bottom, go to the right, that's gonna continue on the AT. I came from the left, and then I made this right because I was like, read that this is one of the best views on the AT. It's 0.2 of a mile straight up, pretty much. If I had a full pack and was hiking, I know that I've read that some hikers leave their packs, like we'll bring them up a little part of the way just so they're not sitting on the trail, and then drop their packs to go to the top, take some snacks and water. But since I'm slack packing, well, not really slack packing, since I'm hiking back to my car and my pack is about 15 pounds. I didn't want to totally like day pack. I wanted to have some weight in it because it doesn't do me any good to test hike to see how my feet are gonna do if I have a 5-pound pack, because I go back on trail. That's not what my pack is gonna weigh. So I'm gonna slowly make my way up, knowing that once I get to the top, I'm gonna have some gorgeous views on, I mean, look at the sky. Look at that. You can't ask for a clearer day to do this. And, oh, you know, I'm like kind of at a loss for words right now. I really am, but I do know when I get to the top, I'm gonna have lunch because my stomach's starting to growl, even though I've been snacking. All right, let's get, that's the destination. I'm about 2/3 of the way to the top of the ball. Oh, excuse me, so sorry. And I mean, oh, you can't even see where I came up from anymore. And so there is a campsite right here. Just taking a breather and a couple gummy worms because the sugar just pumps. So that's my destination. I'm almost there. That's where I'm having lunch today. I have nowhere to be. I have a light pack. So I don't know if I had a full pack. I would probably get to this point, either drop my pack or I don't know what I would do. I'd be struggling. But there you go. Top of Siler Bald right there. So I did it. I climbed that mountain. Top of Siler Bald. Elevation is 5,216 feet. This was put here in 1990. It's on the edge. So I'm going to stop this video and get off this little edge where I could fall backwards and fall down a mountain and show you what I'm looking at. And this is my lunch view for today. The top of Siler Bald. I mean, that's just crazy. That's beautiful. It's not easy getting up here though. Well, for me, anyhow. All right, look at that. I get to see forever. I'm total. I'm just surrounded right now. Just surrounded. So let's see what we're having for lunch today. I didn't want to open the tortillas that I brought because I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be here. So I didn't, and I brought a whole package. I probably should have just brought a few. So for lunch today is Chicken Creations Premium White Chicken salad, out of a pouch. Now, usually I will throw some bacon bits in there, throw it on a tortilla with a package with like some ranch or something just to give it a little extra flavor. But it's a day slack pack, so it can be a little bit more lenient on the calories. And then I had like 5 of these Pringles chips, so instead of opening up my tortillas, I just decided I would just eat the rest of those. I actually probably should crumple them up in the chicken salad, which I think will be good. And then for dessert is a energy stroopwafel. I have the wild berry flavor. I'm going to try that and see. And then, of course, the beverage of choice is fresh filtered mountain water. And I did throw a package of electrolytes in there. It's warm. I traveled all day yesterday, which tend to dehydrate you a little bit. And then also the elevation change from Florida to here. So I've been trying to pound some electrolytes just to make sure that I'm adjusting well and safely. So that's it. That's lunch today on the top of Seiler Bald. Heading down. Met a couple. Well, met one through hiker. I guess his buddy decided not to go up, but met a through hiker named Wiz at the top, and I was just finishing up my lunch. He came running up. Shuttle driver told him it's a beautiful day. Make the trip, so he dropped his pack and hauled butt up and then ran past me on his way down. Guessing that's where he gets the name Wiz. I didn't ask him, but he whizzed on by me like I was standing still on the way down. So, all right, let's keep this rolling. Little snowbird gap action. I just came from right there after coming down off the Seiler Bald. Passing a lot of through hikers heading north today. I think I've counted about 8 or 9 so far. It's a hard day at the office. Terrible. Terrible. So I'm coming southbound, and if I was to go straight, right here, that's the path to the Seiler Bald shelter. And let's see, that's where I came from. And heading southbound back to my car. That keeps me on the AT. So here we are at Panther Gap. And there is, if you need a stopping point before winding Stair Gap. Looks like it's an unofficial camp spot up here, so if you've got the water that you can make it through the night. I mean, this is actually, depending on where you put up your tent, you know, that's gonna be your view. Fire pit, and there's some privacy places to use a restroom, and looks like there's some decent limbs to hang your bear bag. So bear hangs look like, yeah, I don't think you'd have a problem. So it's right, I'm about 2 miles from my car, winding Stair Gap parking. So kind of gives you a little bit of sense. And I think about 2 miles from Seiler Bald. Look at these. They're like umbrellas. Cool, huh? And I turned around, heading northbound, and I just passed the Swinging Dick Gap. Hey everyone, so I am 5.2 miles into my 5.9 mile hike. And I think that I've made the decision that I cannot continue my through hike this year due to my feet. And I said the only thing that was going to take me off this trail this year was going to be injury. I just didn't think it was going to happen in the first 100 miles or so. So, and it's so funny because, you know, I didn't push it. I did all the things that I thought. I think it really just boiled down to the fact that I've never had issues with my feet. I've never had plantar fasciitis. And so I just wasn't aware that I was starting to have a flare-up, and basically to say if I got to take a week off and rehabilitate and have my shoes checked and all that, that's what I need to do. I started out pretty good. I had a little bit of heel pain in my left heel, but once I got warmed up, and of course I've stretched and I've taken a couple like 30-minute breaks. I took a couple like shorter breaks, and I've been doing some different stretches throughout to just keep my feet and my calves and my quads and all of that stuff stretched out so that nothing's tightening up and causing a problem with my feet. I am about 3/4 of a mile from my car, maybe a little bit less at this point, and I am hobbling. I'm hobbling. Both of my heels are screaming. My arches not so much, but both of my heels are screaming. So they're just not where they need to be. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do now. It's not like there's a section of the AT that's flat that I can say I'll flip and do that while I tend to my feet and get in better shape. Not everybody that comes out here, you know, that's not in shape can come out here and get in shape, and clearly that was not me. It was one of the many reasons that I wanted to do this hike. Was probably the number 2 reason I wanted to do this hike. So now I had to figure out what I'm gonna do this summer, and I have some things in mind. I just have to really like sleep on it. I think my goal today is, well, my first goal right now is to get back to my car so I can hear the traffic. My second goal is I'm going to go to Outdoor 76, and if somebody good with shoes and feet is working today, if not today, tomorrow morning, I'm gonna just ensure that I have the right shoes for me, the right inserts for me, so that as I heal up and I get out hiking, I'm wearing the right stuff. So that's where I'm at right now. And you know, it was emotional when I drove up here yesterday. When I saw the mountains, I was like looking at the mountains as I got closer to Franklin, and I was like, man, I bet I've slept on some of those mountains and walked over some of those mountains and had lunch on some of those mountains. And so it was emotional to be back. And it's emotional now, but the fact that if I can't even go up one mountain, it wasn't even tough. Going Sobo was the best decision. If I had gone northbound, the climb, I probably would have been in worse shape. But so the only way, and I was pretty much healed when I got here. I was hardly having any pain at all when I got here. So the fact that I just did a 5.9, relatively, wouldn't say easy, but easy compared to the AT in the direction that I went, and I'm hobbling back to my car, the decision has kind of been made for me that I can't continue. There's no way. How am I going to hobble all the way to Maine? So here we are. I don't know what else to say at the moment. Ready to get back to my car and go get cleaned up and go into town and get something to eat and figure out if I'm gonna go home tomorrow. Look how beautiful this is. About 3/10 of a mile from my car. Just figured I would sit down for a few minutes because it's beautiful right here. And then I'm gonna go walk across right there. Keep on trucking along. It's so pretty with the branch right in the middle of it. It kind of splits the water in here. Made it to Winding Stair Gap. There's the sign. Not sure how far I gotta go to my car yet, about a 1/4 mile or less. But at least I made it. You all know how much I love this stuff. It's like my sayonara right before I get to the parking area, but ain't that beautiful? Yeah, I mean, you know, the bottom line is that I don't like this, and crossing this stuff, it's high, it scares me, but I didn't have a choice here. So, yep, I absolutely did not have a choice but to come across that way. I did it though, because I'm here towards the end.